Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Gashiagua TV. A number of our viewers have asked me to give a critical analysis about Gachagua. A number of them are asking me to look at the factors that can make Gachagua become the president or lose the presidency. Let me start by asking you a simple question. Can Gachagua defeat William Samoei Ruto in the next general election? Can the opposition decide to unite behind Gachagua? Can Gachagua become the 6th president of the Republic of Kenya? The answer is yes and no. And I want us to look at the reason why Gachagua can become the president. You know, many people thought that William Samoei Ruto will never be the president. Many people thought that he cannot defeat Raila Amolo Odinga. Even Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, many people thought that he cannot be the president, going by the fact that he had ICC issues hanging over his head. But as fate would have it, he became the 4th president of the Republic of Kenya. So anything is possible in politics. The reason why I believe Gachagua can become the president is because he has the numbers. If Gachagua can be able to consolidate the mountain, he can be able to garner more than 4 million votes. In fact, I don't see any other candidate, whether in government, whether William Samoei Ruto or any other candidate, or Raila Amolo Odinga, or Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, or Matiang'i, who starts with 4 million votes behind him. What Gachagua needs is to consolidate the votes of the mountain. I want to remind you that in 2007, Mwai Kibaki won the election with Gema alone. Only Gema supported Mwai Kibaki, though many people dispute the outcome that even John Kriegler from South Africa, he said that it was not possible to determine whether Kibaki or Raila Amolo Odinga won the 2007 elections. But the fact is, he was declared the president. Even Kivito, the late Kivito, and may God rest his soul in eternal peace, said that when he was asked whether Kibaki won the elections, he said, I don't know. So even here, Gachagua can win the presidency. Number 2 is his ability to mobilize people. His grassroots connection, especially in the villages. Gachagua is a mobilizer. I don't see any other person who can be able to mobilize Kenyans. And that is why when you look at Gachagua, he is away. But his effect is being felt far and wide. His shadow is looming large even when he's not in the country. Everybody is talking about regarding Gachagua. The government, the whole government machinery is talking about regarding Gachagua. And the opposition is doing a good job. But you agree with me that it is not like when Gachagua was here. So he is a very good mobilizer. He can mobilize people and vote for him. Number 3 is the resources. Gachagua, I strongly believe, is a billionaire. The truth of the matter is that there's nobody who can actually campaign for so many years. Because Gachagua is going to campaign for 3 or 4 years. And how is going to do this without the money? Because when you look at other candidates, apart from William Samoei Ruto, they have the challenge of resources. Gachagua has a fleet of vehicles, many businesses, and a lot of investments. I don't know, but I strongly believe with his money, in fact, nobody can win this election without money. In Kenya, you cannot win the election without money. How William Samoei Ruto was able to win the hearts and the minds of Mount Kenya is because of money. He knew that these people have the money. And that is why the government is using Kithure Kindiki to dish out money in the name of empowerment. Because they believe that money can be used to do a lot of things. Pesa huvuja mlima. Je, Gachagua atavuja mlima? Number 3, in my view, is the networks. When you look at Gachagua, he has the networks. He has been in government for long. He was the personal assistant of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And in that process, he was able to meet so many people. He was a DO and he understood how the government operates. So he has the networks, and that is why he's even able to have a number of members of parliament supporting him. And that is why the whole parliament could not unite and vote against Rigathi Gachagua. Again, another reason why I strongly believe he can become the president is because UDA is very weak. William Samoei Ruto is very weak. And paired with Rigathi Gachagua, William Samoei Ruto will lose in the morning. Gachagua would have Ruto for breakfast. And he would be declared the president. That is the fact. Because William Samoei Ruto is suffering from lack of numbers. William Samoei Ruto is the easiest president to become, actually to be defeated by any other candidate. Number 3 is that Raila is punctured. The truth of the matter is that people cannot listen to Raila Amolo Odinga. Just a few who can listen to Raila Amolo Odinga today. Raila Amolo Odinga cannot win the Western vote. Raila Amolo Odinga cannot win Nairobi. As we speak, the only place I strongly believe Raila Amolo Odinga can win comfortably is the Luo Nation. But when you look to other counties, it will be very, very hard for Raila Amolo Odinga to defeat him. So it means that even if Raila Amolo Odinga was to endorse any other candidate, such as William Samoei Ruto, it will be very, very difficult for people to vote for him. The other thing is that after being impeached, people are likely to sympathize with him. He can win what we call sympathy votes. And Kenyans, especially women, are very good when it comes to sympathy. Najua sasa wengi ukiangalia Gachagua hakuwa na ule umaarufu ambao alikuwa nao. Sasa hakuwa na ule umaarufu sasa tunamuona akiwa nao wakati alikuwa naibu wa rais. Hakuwa. Watu wengi walikuwa wanamuita mwana mitego kutokana na ile juhudi yake ya kuweka mitego ambayo ilitarajiwa kwamba ingemnasa Raila Amolo Odinga, lakini kama Waswahili walivyosema, mchiba kisima huigia mwenyewe, kaigia mwenyewe. So that is one of the reasons why I believe Rigathi Gachagua can become the president. However, and I repeat, however, there are some impediments, there are some headwinds, there are some challenges that will work against Rigathi Gachagua. Number 1 is the impeachment that is hanging over his head. He has been impeached. He needs to go to court, and it needs to be cleared by the courts. And once he is given as a candidate, people will rush to court and say that Gachagua has been impeached. So you need to remove that legal handle. Because once you are impeached, you cannot run for such office. You cannot run for governor, you cannot run for any office, according to the latest ruling that was made by the High Court. So what we are saying here, because of that hurdle, it can become very, very difficult for him to become the president. The other thing is the regional image. When you look at Rigathi Gachagua is seen as a regional leader. So you need to shed that tag of a regional leader and become a national leader. And I remember one time, Governor Mushoba said that Rigathi Gachagua need to shed that image and let him be seen as a national leader instead of a Mount Kenya king. The other issue is about the tribal tag. Najua ukiangalia William Samoei Ruto has succeeded to a greater extent by actually calling Rigathi Gachagua mkabila. Wale watu wa ukabila, mnataka tuende kwa wale watu wa ukabila ambao hana mpango wote. Hivyo you know what he talks, how he talks, and the way akina Faruq Kibet have been trying to Christianize Rigathi Gachagua as mtu wa ukabila. And even Raila Amolo Odinga himself has been saying that Gachagua ni mkabila. I don't know what you say about that one. But when you look at it, our politics is local, is regional, is tribal, and there's no way we can run away from that because that is the reality. The other thing is about the many political enemies. Rigathi Gachagua has so many political enemies, and some of them don't like him. Some of them, when they talk, you see the passion of disdain. You see the passion of not agreeing with Rigathi Gachagua, and they fear that if he were to become the president, a number of people would suffer. And the way he has been marketing the issue of shares, what, maybe could have worked against him. And he was said by the president, as he was telling us the other day. So what we can see here is that when you look at Rigathi Gachagua, you agree with me that he is a man who is actually on a winning balance. And if the opposition can decide to unite against him, I think he can easily be isolated. But if they decide to actually support him, he can easily defeat William Samoei Ruto. So in politics, anything is possible, whether there is impeachment or not. Who knows that Gachagua can go to court and say he has not exhausted all the hurdles, he has not exhausted all the issues or the areas, he has not gone all the way to the Supreme Court, and he can keep on appealing. And until he is proved that he cannot vie for the presidency, I can tell you, Rigathi Gachagua is a man who can become the president. I don't know what you think, by the way, and I want you to give an honest opinion and maybe suggest another candidate you want us to actually analyze here, because it is me and you who analyze, not just me. Because when you comment in the comment section, I'm able to interact with you. And please remember to always like the video, share, comment, and reach out if you can. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.